Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about how did I first my first rental business in Dubai, mainly Airbnb. Back in college, I have been dreaming to travel around the world, and when I was in Philippines, I have never thought about coming to Dubai, but I had this Airbnb app installed on my phone. And back then, I had said to myself that one day I'll be using this app across the country if I'll be traveling. And that came to life when I arrived in Dubai. So let me talk. Airbnb is an amazing platform. And as a starter, if you're doing a business for the first time, you can make money by testing the market, putting your apartment in Airbnb. So either if you're an investor who have an own property in Dubai or an actual person who have an enough capital to start this business, let me tell you the things that I have done to start my first rental business. And this can be applied either in Dubai, in Philippines, or in any other Asia, such as Thailand and Vietnam. It's just all about the rules that they set in each country. So let's dive in. Let's make things easier. One person asked me, how have I started the first rental business? Back 3 years ago, let's start with your capital. In Dubai, enable for you to start your rental business, you either need to buy an apartment, and most of the investors, that's what they do, especially the people from Europe. First and foremost, your capital. So on this business, there are two types. It's either you will find an owner that will allow you to sublease their apartment to do mainly, or you can buy your own unit and you list it to Airbnb. People who have enough cash, they usually, especially from Euro, and most investors, they're buying their first property. And if they don't live in Dubai, what they do is they give their apartment to property management, who will manage their unit and run it as a short-term rental. And for those people who are starter and doesn't have enough cash to buy their own unit, you can actually find an owner who would allow you to do short-term rental in their apartment. 2 years ago, I have stumbled into an apartment in Ras Al Khaimah, and I fell in love with this apartment. I booked that apartment for one occasion. At that moment, I had said to myself that one day I'll be hosting this area for people who wanted to save and to get an affordable deals. And I have done that. I found an apartment and I was lucky to meet the direct owner, which is a local. I proposed him an idea that I would love to do a short-term rental on his apartment. He actually agreed to it with the basic rental, but most people with a higher rental per month. And we had that deal and I start doing that business. I list the apartment on Airbnb. In able for you to list an apartment in holiday homes, you need to have things that the owner has on that apartment. These are their titles, their approval, and their Emirates ID and copy of passport. So those things are needed, enable for you to make it legal, that apartment that you were listing. And the fees is not that much. You just have to add that on your Airbnb listing, which is I will explain to you on our next video. Second, find a location. This is highly important. Most people, they just started an Airbnb because they see that the apartment is affordable and cheap. And this isn't how the way it works. Maybe for you to top on the first search page of Airbnb, once a client search, you need to find a good location. Let's say in Dubai, most people type Burj Khalifa. So this location is the high-end market, Business Bay, or World Trade Center, or Expo Village. This area are good location because there's a lot of events going on to this area. Important to pick your location because that is crucial when picking your first apartment. And anything that's near the metro, because most tourists love to be accessible in any metro or subs or any buses. As well, if your apartment is near the airport, it's really good location. Third will be furnishing your apartment. So once you get your apartment, you will have to see what's going on to the area that you have chosen. Let's say in downtown, it's a high-end market. And when it comes to furnishing, people are highly competitive to this location. So you have to ride the waves when you list your property into such area like this. Meaning to say, we have to offer something that's very unique, offer a different amenities. It could be a jacuzzi. Some people offer an affordable option by putting maximum 6 people in just one bedroom apartment. You need to have a theme that you would think that your consumer would love. Let's say for our apartments, for my long-term apartments, what I do is I set a aesthetic vibe, a cozy apartment. When they enter the hall itself, they will feel that it's a totally different kind of setting. Unlike in the other apartment that they will see there's a lot of stuff in the hallways and it's not appealing. And if I'm a client, how do I want it to feel if I will visit an apartment? So take that as a start. If you're traveling and you're going in a country, what do you like to see when you choose your home when you're traveling? Listing it to Airbnb. If this is your first time listing it on Airbnb, it's a little bit complicated because now they already changed a lot of things in Airbnb. They changed the algorithm, they put a lot of stuff, and they're doing a lot of upgrades since last 4 years that I had started in. Enable for you to come up on the first page after a customer type the location that they wanted. You need to follow certain things in the platform enable for you to show up. And Airbnb will decide how the way you will show up depending on what you put onto the settings when you list your apartment to their website. So later I'll be doing a different video into that because that's a wide topic to talk about. But let me help you to do it easily. I would put my link down below if you are going to register your first apartment. Once you have done that, just comment Airbnb and I will be sending you an actual steps guide of how to list your property. Enable for your listing process makes easier. Next thing to remember, uploading high quality image. So some hosts, they even hire a photographer. And that is because it's important to have high quality photos. Customers would going to decide you based on what they see at first on your photos. The high quality the photos you have, the more engagement that you have on your photos, that helps for Airbnb for you to be pushed up on the search page once a client type their location. Next, we have setting up your pricing. Some people, they put a pricing based on to just randomly amount. Well, in your area, you have to see your competitor, how much they're pricing. There are people who are pricing around 150. You're actually hosting a studio apartment. Check the area, how they are marketing their apartments. If it's around 400 dirhams, you can be competitive to do 390. Or in Airbnb, there's what they call smart pricing. Will help you a lot because it's Airbnb who are setting the pricing competitively based on the trends and based on the events that's going into your area. You just have to set the pricing that you like to set on your apartment, let's say 299 dirhams, and Airbnb would automatically rise them up if it's a weekend or if there's an event, if there is a market trend. So you don't have to worry about doing it daily. Don't leave money on the table. Be competitive as your competitor are. You are ready to hit live on your first apartment. Make sure that you list a catchy title and keywords are very important. Make sure that you put the right title and searching keywords that will help you drive you to be on the search page. So I hope this guide and these steps have helped you to think, to analyze, if you can start already to make your first rental business. And don't be afraid because mistakes is always along the way. But as long as you have the capital and you have passion towards to what you're doing, which is meeting customers or meeting guests all around the world, then you can also be successful into this business in spite of the huge competition. So thank you for watching and I hope this video helps you. And if it is, please don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be prompted every time I upload my video. Visit my website below.com if you are aspiring investors wanting to start in Dubai and don't know where to start. Well, I can give you a 30 minutes Zoom call based on the market that I have seen so far for the last 10 years in Dubai. Thank you very much and see you soon.